Here we go. Once again. Welcome back, EXE. I hope you're prepared for something in mind. Yeah, I do. But I thought you would be somewhere else, Q. You plan to stay and watch my entire adventure? From where I am, there is hardly trouble. Last time was the same, so there is no doubt I will be leaving. For now. Suit yourself. I don't plan to push you away anyways. Let's just talk while I work. I'd appreciate it. So from last time, this village here's a mess. I plan to keep it simple for today and reorganize the place with some digging. A mess, you say? I'd recommend any necessary measures to keep your home comfortable and secure. Of course, this village here also provides a blacksmith structure. Getting gear from this chest will help me against mobs later on. I can see that. I guess the mason house will suffice as a nice home. I am living with the villagers, after all. My inventory is full from my travels. I will have to organize through these chests I've collected. And this jungle sapling. I'll make a cocoa farm later. Meantime, I'll need a bucket. This will come in handy to collect liquids. Organizing is complete. I'll check out the blacksmith building again to grab that chest. Maybe the grindstone will do too. But if one of the villagers takes the blacksmith role, I'll put it back. These sugar canes will need to be planted soon. Getting an enchantment table will be priority once I get diamond gear tools. Good enough. Time to work with my new home. Just as I expected, more coal. You know, EXE, you've collected a lot of coal before arriving to the village. Are you going to preserve them for only the furnaces? I plan to use the coal for stacks of torches. I'm going to light up this entire village, And if you recalled, you asked me if torches prevents mobs from spawning. This is where my plan is headed.
It is exactly that I see. Indubitably, that is useful.
More coal. A zombie. A cave with a dead end. Time to head back. Though this whole cave is connected with different tunnels, it'll be easy to cover the entrance with dirt. As expected, dead end again. But I got iron. I can't complain. Time to head out and begin sealing this cave entrance. Not bad, but I'll improvise a bit more. Already late this hour, huh? Have a good night, villagers. Another zombie. Let's get it over with. Time for another shut-eye. I'll craft more torches to go. This village will be bright within the night in no time. Time for a little break. And this little hill is also obstructing a pathway. A broken shovel. No worries. I'll make a pair.
If you do not mind listening, I enjoy observing your progress, EXE. Though I cannot help but imply that you must acquire better tools to hasten your work.
I don't mind. I can agree, but I'll still go with what I have. This village needs some fixing, and...
EXE?
Give me a moment. Like I was going to say, I haven't fulfilled the first step to my plan.
I understand. Enlighten me, however, on your step-by-step plan that you have in mind.
Alright, the first step here. I plan to light the village up with torches. During the meantime, I'm also keeping this village steady. I mentioned before that this place was steep, and many caves are exposed out under this place.
Indeed. I've acknowledged that already. What other steps do you have in mind worth sharing?
The next step to my plan is to have this village's perimeter to be reinforced with walls. I want to avoid having mobs from being invasive and not let these villagers wander off.
That is a good idea, Yixi. When these houses are scrambled in places under these small hills, I can see why you're working on making it more elevated to move around easily.
Right. And when the main step is out of the way, it'll help when I make these walls. In the future, as I properly get geared and have better tools, I will make a home for myself and houses for these villagers too.
Makes sense. You are occupying the mason home momentarily as a structural base. I should remind you that farm animals and crops are also important.
You're right. I'll proceed with that a bit later. For now, this should do the trick in sealing the holes. Finally, some space to walk on. Making staircasing platforms should help with going up and down. I should put a fence later. Once I get a lot of wood, since this should prevent villagers from taking fall damage unnecessarily. Another set of dirt staircases will have to do, if I want to head down to the well without falling. I had much expected a villager to do that. A villager out wandering near the waters. It really gives more reason to build walls after I'm done placing these torches. Seriously? Now how did they even get stuck in there?
What mindless NPCs?
Tell me about it. Anyway, back to the torch placements. Another damn creeper. That's a skeleton with a bow and arrow.
Another skeleton, you say?
Yes, there is another skeleton.
Not surprising.
and the villager happens to sleep on my bed, I might as well replace the door with a trapdoor.
That would be a good idea. Otherwise, you'll be staying up all night.
If you don't know already, staying up for 3 nights on consecutive streak would trigger phantom spawns from above.
Intriguing. You care to stay up for 3 nights and show me these phantom creatures?
Not now, unfortunately. But until then, maybe. There's more of these unnecessary caves around. I'll check it out to see what it provides. To my own despair, nothing. I was hoping for ores. Oh well, let's cover it up. The second problem in this village is here. High grounds that lead to 2 caves. And would you look at that? A miniature farm that provides other crops I don't have. These will come in handy once I make my own farm. Now that I am done, let's resume with the torches. So, this cave provides some exploration. Too bad I won't be exploring it anytime soon. Let's cover it up.
I'm curious, EXE.
Curious? About what? On what I'm working with?
No, never mind on what you're working with. What I'm curious about is your choice on taking this request. Reflecting back on your answer, you're not just here for only the final experience. Am I correct?
I'll answer that within a moment. I got visitors. So, you're still skeptical for my answer before I arrived into this world?
Skeptical? Not at all. I believed you for the first time without a second thought. Thinking back, however, I figured you had more reason behind that response. But it is evident enough that you're hiding something.
Between us, Q, this is pure business, and I'm not taking anything too personally. But if you really want to know, then consider waiting until the end, when I'm done with this request.
Very well. I'll take your word and wait for the answer until the end. Though if you consider not to speak about it,
I'm willing. I just need time.
I understand.
The sunrise is here. Some mobs here will be wiped out by the sun any minute now. Not a single villager here is a farmer. I'll make sure to have at least one and trade with them for food. Guess I'll make another dirt staircase up to this place if one of them ever takes the farmer occupation. It is finished. I'll cut this tree down too since it is getting in the way. Time to head back to my house. What's with the crowd at the front porch? They want these occupation blocks. I'll have to rearrange them somewhere else. So a villager becomes a blacksmith. I'll have to make another dirt staircase, then.
Judging by the amount of time spent by giving the village's landscape a bit of change, it's going absolutely well so far.
Hard work comes with time spending. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Absolutely. I'll have to wait until you get to the building phase. Perhaps you'll get there another time?
Sounds about right. I'll recall back with your advice about getting better tools and gear before reaching to that point.
Surely, you will find yourself a better cave or possibly ravines that are scattered around in the open world. The possibilities are endless.
Sure is. With this new passageway taken care of, I'll see what I can do next, or better yet, place more torches around the blossom trees. Now the torching resumes. Another dissatisfying cave appearance. It hardly holds any value of any ores. I'll torch the place up, nonetheless. A little waterfall. I'll block this up entirely since it disrupts movement. I do remember about what Q said before about animals. Let's try to gather them in one pen and work with them next time. Let's have a walk, little pigs. There we go. The first pair of animals. I suppose I can conclude this for today. I'll store up any remaining items in the chests and prepare for a break.
Are you finished for now, EXE?
Yes, I'm wrapping things up as we're speaking.
Then you know the place on where to stand, correct? Leave it to me.
You got it. All in the day's work. Alright,